Namaste everyone, very warm welcome to this success story interview with Arun Oni. Here's the special person again going through lot of success stories and transformation in life. In financial aspect, he started transformed from working professional to full-time trader, manifested 8 lakh capital from nowhere or unknown place. He set up his greenhouse, the dream he wanted to start project with. In health aspect, he with the constant cough which he had since 5 years that got healed, 6 kgs weight loss. About the property, he invested 7 years ago. Though he invested, he had the property. There was no tenant. He did not rent it out because of societal issues. Now that resolved and relationship transformed at a very next level. Now he's manifesting clients for his wife as well. Many success stories. If you want to jump to any one of them, chapters are linked in the description as well as on the screen. You can jump to that timestamp, or I would like to suggest switch on the speed of this video up to 1.5x and watch the entire success story. Get inspired and implement in your life as well. So let's welcome Arun and directly hear from him. Hi, Arun.
Hi, Priyank. Thank you. Namaste, all.
Thank you very much, Arun, for joining. Just share your short introduction. Where are you from? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Arun. I'm from Bangalore. I am a professional trader. I'm a full-time trader. I'm so happy to say this. That was my dream, which I accomplished through my mentor, Priyank. So, otherwise, I'm basically from Bangalore. I'm married. I have a kid son who's 11 years. That's a small little happy family I have.
Beautiful. So right now we are in September 2022. You joined our system almost to 2019 end.
Yes.
So just share the picture of what was your career path, what was it before, and what it turned out to right now.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to do this for all. So turn back or look back to September 2019. That's when I really started off, with the boot camp. I was a full-time job. I was working for a full-time corporate. I had a good position going on. But I was not happy because I was craving for freedom and I wanted to do something which would give me freedom of time to pursue things and my passions, right? And then fortunately for me, I connected with Jitu, from whom I learned trading, and through him, Priyank. My journey has been like mind-blowing, completely transformed from a position where I was like, every day, logging in 8 o'clock, willingly, unwillingly, and just spending my time, though I was earning pretty good and I had a good position, I was really not satisfying. From that, now I am a full-time trader, right? A lot of change in my life that I've completely been able to manage my time. Time is totally something I enjoy. I'm able to spend time with my son. And a lot of things which are manifested, which I'll obviously tell in detail. But one thing, I'm totally enjoying the freedom, and I'm currently what I would call as on journey to now contribute more towards the service, towards the society as services and others.
Beautiful. So thank you. That's what the journey of transferring yourself from working professional to now full-time trader. I guess you are leading a dream lifestyle the way you want, and you are on that pathway. Share a little bit about the funds you manifested for trading.
Absolutely. I know while we were introducing, you made a reference of 8 lakhs. I didn't want to correct you there. It was actually 80 lakh. Right?
Okay, yes.
Absolutely. I mean, I just wanted to share that. That's like the. In fact, I had two rounds of manifesting big amounts. Right, one was 80 lakh, and towards end of my corporate, it was another 40 lakh, which helped me, right? So let me give this is the most interesting part, right?
Yes.
So when I was starting to trade, I had a capital about 4 lakh rupees, which was a bonus which I received from my company, and that's what I was using to trade with. And I found a good mentor for trading, I was getting the hold of it now, but I didn't have a lot of capital to scale up. And that's when I was, my coach, and I was also going through your Priyank's, block clearing programs. By then I had not signed up for the MA program, but I was going through the block clearing. And from there, I heard this, manifestation part of it. I just simply put that word like, okay, let it be 50 lakhs. I didn't have any sort of idea that this would happen, or why 50 lakhs. I just simply didn't know what 50 lakh is. What everybody were talking about that time was like, um, what could happen. And I was really testing the system, honestly, right? I didn't know that 50 lakh would work then. So I just simply thought, okay, it is going to be 50 lakh. That's what I would be my trading capital. And we had something, every day I would sit and visualize how would it be with 50 lakhs in my trading account, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this thing started to happen, and which I kind of pushed away from me. But that's the most important part. Whether even after me pushing it away from me, it found me. So this happened. Me and my wife were working, for Amazon. We worked for a long time, and we had accumulated stocks, but as routine, and we were not so good at managing our funds, especially the stock related funds. We used to keep selling them, right? Every year you would get 10 shares, you would sell it, you buy something, or go on a vacation, pay off your car or something. So that was our routine. And we significant amount of stocks which you received. But at one point in time, Amazon shifted from one stock broking company to another, basically for all the employees, whatever the stocks they give. And in the
Mm-hmm.
shift, there were some 100 odd stocks, or in fact 77 in fact, which remained in an old platform from which they migrated to the new one. And so that means we completely lost track of it. We both left work for almost 10 years and left the job, and we were completely in a position like all our stocks have been sold, nothing is left with us in terms of stocks, and we were like happily there because we used up the money. That's not a problem, right? We never were thinking of saving. When then I started to manifest this, right, you see the magic. What happened? I started getting letters right from US. This is from the California. There's an account office in California. There's a government office which take care of all the unclaimed properties. That's the very first time in my life I was hearing the term unclaimed property. I used to get US letters right into my house where I'm right now recording this meeting. It would be piled up with so much, right? Because I'm not opening. Each of these letters is in fact telling me that I have unclaimed property worth something around $80,000 or something. But I was simply not opening the letter. It had just all piled up, right? Then what happened? People started to reach me through LinkedIn, because in US there is some profession called as unclaimed property investigators. They would just look through the database, and if there is person alive, they try to reach out to the person and then try to help them get the money, and they'll take a cut. Um, but at the same time, I was working in this company, and I'm being from a risk background. I knew a lot of Ghana, Nigeria frauds were happening. They would also similarly say, I'm stuck with so much money, you take this money, help me and move out, and all those things. I was not at all believing in any of these. People were trying to reach me out. I would in fact block them on LinkedIn,
Mm.
just because anybody pinging you and saying, hey, take this, you have 80,000 US dollars. Who would believe? Because I had no idea, right?
Yes.
So it kept happening for 3-4 months altogether, that I kept blocking them. I was also wondering how come they reached my Gmail ID, right? It all happened, and one fine Sunday, it struck me. Okay, there are so many people reaching out. Why not at least do a Google to see what is this about? Maybe it's a new scam I can report. When I searched the term property, unclaimed property, then the whole government website came up. I was shocked. I was shocked, really, right? Then there was a number. I was like, really, is this true? I didn't know. And then I called up. I waited till evening that day because it was a US office. I had called them up, and I asked them, do I have any money? Right? They said, we need some, identification or things like that. I could not provide it anything that time. So I cut the call, and then I came back. Next day, I was starting to think again. Something came up in my mind. I don't know from where. Like that was JP Morgan. I called
Mm.
up the JP Morgan helpline. He was also like, we need some. There is nothing in your new account. Might be just a scam or something. We had that discussion. We were casually talking, and then he was also confirming to me, maybe there is no money. Towards the end of the call, I said, okay, I don't know. These guys are saying themselves as to be, unclaimed property investigators. That kind of suddenly struck to that call agent, right? Did they say unclaimed property? Yes, I said. Then he explained to me there is a profession itself existing in US. It's all based
Mm.
upon claim. Then he asked me this question: do you hold any other broker account? Then I said, there was another broker. It was Shops at that time. Maybe, yeah. Then he said, maybe it is them. You might have something over there. He
Okay.
just gave me the idea. I called up Shops, and then I realized I had 77 shares left with Amazon. The thing is that, you know, when I got those 77 shares, it was around $14.
Okay.
They had it for such a long time that it was nearly at that time about $3,000, but they had sold it when it was about 1,500, something in that range, because I
Okay.
was not reachable.
Uh-huh.
But even
Oh.
then, I literally took the calculator, punched in the number to see what is this figure about. I was shocked. It's about 80 lakh rupees. I
Wow.
just double checked with him. And, I told the agent also that that person was so excited for me that, it's not every day that somebody would find out. We went to the consulate office because we had to prove that it was us, because the money is
Yes.
lying in US, right?
Yes.
So we had to prove it was, us. We went to the consulate, we gave a passport, they authenticated it. Then came the US check, the treasury check. It took nearly around 4 5 months, but finally I got about 77 lakh change something after all the processing things and fees and everything. And I was like mind blown, right? Everybody in my 3C group till that time, I remember this, one of the important part is, as part of the 3C, we attended the boot camp. I still remember, right? And everybody would be asking me, why did you sign up for the three to the MA program? When I
Yeah.
shared the story with them, they were all mind blown, right? What happened? So that's my
Yes.
biggest manifestation, and that's when I fell fan for your programs and things like that. Till that time also, I was trusting and doing the system, but this
Mm.
gave me the proof of the pudding, right? What I was trying to do, and that's my biggest manifestation. Thanks, Priyank, for all what you thought. It just opened up my path towards trading, being full time, and today
Yes.
what I'm enjoying is all from that day and from that moment.
Big congratulations for that. Big congratulations. It's too big inspiration and big manifestation for human
Absolutely.
mind and brain to analyze and feel it.
Yeah, even to date, right? It's almost right 2019. Till day, I feel that, the moment I got that money, like a bump. It's not about the money, right? It's like,
Yes.
how did this happen? That just blew me away, right? Yeah,
Yes. And about your greenhouse project, your dream was
absolutely.
to have organic farming or something. Can you share a little bit about it?
Absolutely, absolutely. So this happened during the COVID, right? When the whole world were locked up, right? This is
Mm.
another opportunity which came in. My job gave me this flexibility of working. Everybody had that flexibility around that time. I was also trading and doing tremendously well in trading. That was one of my best time of trading, and I was at home. So I had this time where I could set up a greenhouse. So I always wanted to. The concept was that I wanted, I was very saddened with people moving away from traditional farming. One, the yield was low, there was no proper market, and then organic food, which I'm buying in Bangalore, was so expensive. So I
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
wanted, I wanted to sort of, grow my own food, and then show to the people out in my village that you can yourself do it, so that you don't eat these chemical laden one, right? And also you
Right.
don't have to buy expensive. So that's when the lockdown was happening. I was back home and I was engaged in building up my own greenhouse. I built about 1,000 square feet, greenhouse,
Very good.
where I grow my veggies, my leaves, all those things. It is on the roof. It also gives a cooling for my building.
Wow.
Again, I wanted to do it at a large scale, but this was my first project to pilot out how things work, and I learned a few things. So that worked out wonderfully. This is all when the whole world during the peak of Corona was like shut and things were like not happening. I was all in also positive mood, how to make best use of the time, and everything
Yes.
was going wonderful. So that was one of the great thing. And going forward, now that I've achieved the freedom of time, I want to go exponential in the organic farming, where I want to teach people that you can do terrace farming to support your family. That's my
Very
idea.
good.
I'm not I don't want to be commercial. I'm like, you can grow your vegetables, you can take care of your health. that's the idea which I have in mind.
So you
Yes,
took the first step. Now more steps are going to open up.
absolutely. That's the idea.
Good. Share a little bit about your property, the progress,
Oh,
what happened with it.
sure.
7 years back, property.
Yeah, that's another magic, right? I've got see that's what the one thing is you just got to surrender to the process and just believe it will happen, right? So this
Mm.
is another magic which happened. It's very recent, and so it's still fresh in my mind. I've got property way back in 2015, right? Construction was delayed, and ultimately I got the property in possession around 2018. No, not even 2018. I got it around 16, in that range. Okay.
Mm.
But the point is that it was a broken society, right? One would
Right.
not like another. There was no leadership thing. The builder was playing his part. Builder was trying to break the society into pieces, that they don't come together and fight against the builder. While my apartment was completed, all the work done, I was not either getting into the right time mindset, or the opportunity was not coming to rent out, because I was so frustrated with the problems happening in the community. I didn't
Mm.
want to be part of it. I didn't want to break my positive momentum, which I was enjoying, right?
Yes.
And so it remained until, I have it remained unrented out all the way up till 2022, till June, July. I think since the last program I attended, Priyank, I was putting this as one of my problems, that I have a flat. I don't know what to do. I'm not able to sell it. I'm not able to rent it. It's my block or whatever it is. And then he told me to, put it in my mind and visualize. And then it just happened. I'll tell you what happened. I found a tenant who flew all the way from Gurgaon. It is a
Okay.
quality tenant, because right then IKEA was opening, and he's an
Yes.
officer there. He's coming all the way from Gurgaon. And the thing is that he closed the whole deal sitting in Gurgaon. He did not
Okay.
visit any other place, nothing. This
Oh
is,
my God.
maybe it's just the way I was talking, whatever it is. I was waiting for the right tenant, or the manifestation is simply working. He just, okay, this is what it is. I don't want to run around. I'm bringing my family. Whatever it is, actually I shot the video and shared it. Me finalized everything one click. I did not.
Wow.
I only showed my house for two people. Both the people finalized. Actually, he offered me more rent, and then I gave it to
Okay.
him. This happened in July. That's one big thing. The more important thing is that my community, which was broken, we formed an association. The maintenance has been excellent now. And people are coming together to solve the problems of the community. So it's a livable community now. Very
Yes.
important, because it was a very fractured, people fighting one against the other. And I still remember when I was discussing this problem with you, Priyank, you told me, you obviously asked me to do Q fuel to the whole community to solve your problems, right? Which I
Yes.
did. And also you recommended to do a Homa, Ganapati Homa in my apartment, right? Which I could not do it, to be honest, but I had it in my mind. The thing is, the Ganapati came himself to my apartment, right? The whole community came together, and they opened a Ganapati Mantapa for the whole apartment, and the stapana of the Ganesha happened yesterday, right? They
Beautiful.
got the ideal permanent open temple. It's for the whole prosperity of the whole apartment. Though we had few people, because it was not done with consensus.
Mm.
Overall, I think the benefit would be for all to see. And I was
Yes.
thinking that, think about it. He asked me to do Homa, and I could not do it. And the Ganesha himself came to the apartment. So it's a wonderful changes. This is as new as like 3 months back. I rented out. Ganapati Stapana happened. Ganesha Mantapa happened yesterday, right?
Mm.
So all all
So
magics.
how many people in that complex? How many families?
We have 400 flat, 440 flats, something total.
Wow.
Yeah.
So because of your intention and your healings through yourself and to the entire society, now entire 400 families are
Yes.
joined together as a group of society. Now you have taking care of facilities available. Now you
Yes.
could rent it out as well. So
Absolutely.
entire 400 families happiness credits and foundation goes to your efforts. Thank you for
Thank you, Priyank. In fact, it was you, because while I'd learned this technique, I had never applied on it, on the apartment. Right. Um,
yes.
it was wonderful to visualize that through me, like what you said. While I'm trying to solve my problem, but I remember you telling me, keep all the people in mind. I had a court case
Yes.
going, which is again due for settlement soon. You even asked me to keep them in mind, your builder in mind, your apartment people in mind, and then do the Q field, right?
Yes.
And I'm seeing big movements, right? Because people coming together and forming an association itself is a big win.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your health. How was it before and what's the situation right now?
Absolutely. So my health wasn't that well. I had a constant cough, which is 5 years, 5 years plus making. I wouldn't exercise a lot because I had a desk job. I was very comfortable. I would not venture out much. I was not so active.
Mm.
Meaning you would have your breaks, you would go out and meet, but I had not cared for my health in the last quite 4 5 years, and they
Mm.
had some a cough which was perennial, right? I had consulted many doctors who gave me acidity medicine. Some would give me medicine for asthma. All of that would give me temporary reliefs, meaning that symptom would subside, but soon, like in about a month 2 months, the problem would recur, right? The
Yes.
problem was so bad that when I would cough, my whole backbone would start to hurt because of the reflex action.
Oh,
I was having now multiple other problems, right?
right.
And that was biggest problem. I also was starting to gain weight because I had thyroid issues also. So that was the state of my health. Not so great. I was very tired, always clumsy.
Hmm.
It's part of our destiny program. We took up this challenge. One, I remember you following up like on my commitments. What's on your health, right? So a couple of things which transformed again is that I reduced my weight from 76 to 70 kg, which was my targeted weight. I wanted to be ideal. My ideal weight was 70. I reached that. And I'm now maintaining that. I'm continuous. I have a very good routine in terms of food and
Hmm.
workout. Yes, right now due to COVID, it's kind of broken, but I'm so eager to get back to it because I just don't want to go back to my old ways, right?
But I could literally see the shift what you were before, and in this
Yes,
session, you're totally slim, face
yes.
glow, body change. It's beautiful.
Absolutely, and that's I think once your body is in alignment, right,
Yes.
and your mind also calm, and you can do a lot more things, right?
Correct.
Just need that this machine to be perfect. um, and then the cough. I remember that session where we had to dig out a lot of our hidden or suppressed problems, right? I think that was the key for me.
That was a big session.
Big session where I had to let go a lot of problems, and which I was holding back for more than 10, 12 years,
Yes.
suppressed, not able to share, because I was not confident. I could not trust many people to share it because these were
Yes.
serious, sensitive issues. I found confidence in Priyank, and as
I
well
was
with
second
you.
person to know about it.
Absolutely, right. So when I just let that go, whatever was holding back, this was like really deep, right? Immediately, like I started to feel better, right?
Yes.
My cough and things like just started to go off, and then at around the same time I also consulted a doctor. Whatever he did, it was the same thing what everybody was doing.
Yes.
It just worked magic. My cough has gone down, I would say 90%. It's reduced. That is also has given me this wonderful feeling, right? That's earlier I would cough so much that I cannot talk so much too long, right? Before that, my I would cough. So
Yes.
it is the realization of all the suppressed emotion giving me this problem. That
Yes.
was the breakthrough. Aha. I remember a session with Manasi as well, where she explained to me how hidden emotions can have impact on one's
Yes.
life, and which may not be evident immediately, which can be like years together before it would manifest as something serious.
Correct.
um, you know um, I was having conversation with her, and also which helped me to understand and also pass the same message to my sister-in-law, right, who was going
Mhm.
through certain trauma. But those two things, hidden emotions, I could probably say money is one thing it gives you, but once your health is regained, it's a different
Yes.
sort of feeling, right? So
Correct.
That's all these are recent ones. That's why I'm feeling so emotional about it. Yeah.
Thank you for that intention. And if we keep having conversation, more success stories will keep on coming in.
Absolutely.
So we'll
Sure.
stop the success story conversation right now, and maybe have one more session about new success stories that's going to
Absolutely. I'm
happen.
always happy because you have given us so much for the community and for myself. It's so that I feel totally in debt to you in terms of the
Thank you.
service I know you are doing for the society. So that's why I want to now give it back so that it's just not me who's enjoying, others also get it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Arun. Your ripple effect will transform many for sure. So
Sure.
you might be part of many other training programs or personal development systems.
Yes.
Could you see any difference between those systems and these systems? If yes, what could you observe?
Yes, absolutely. So see other sessions, right? I've been part of multiple groups. Some of them actually most of them international groups, right? I don't want to name them, but these are pretty large things. But one thing what I've said is all their programs I've tried out, but yours is one program which I've stuck, and more to it. I've tried, at least two different big coaches. They do give their best. I'm not saying that they don't give their best. They do give their best while they're in the session. But for me, what you are there available, your sessions are personal, right? And your transformation, whatever has happened to me or whatever feeling what I've been is like instant in terms of I feel a very good personal connect or a bond towards your programs, right? I am sorry to say, but towards your voice, I'm just mesmerized with what I'm hearing, the meditation that, I get it. So the personal connect is something which differentiates with you, whether it's your team who's connecting, your availability. A lot of times you heard out of problems and given custom solutions, right? Which
Yes.
the larger players or the international may not be able to do it. They're focused on giving that one session, but with you, it's that personal connect. Whether even your online sessions, we feel that warm. So that's wonderful with your team as well as you.
Thank
The
you.
personal bond which we get.
Thank you for that. And any final message would you like to convey for the viewers?
Absolutely. So the one thing which I, out of my experience and with Priyank's team, is that trust this person. He's got so much. You will never get bare minimum. Be ready to bring a huge container. It's going to be overflowing, right? You have to be open. Itna deta hai. You have to just be open. Your container to receive it should be large, right? And then whatever is teaching, do it diligently. It'll work magic. It will work magic, right?
Okay.
That's the thing which I have to share for the larger community.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Arun, for sharing your lovely success stories. And I guess this is one of the longest success story interview with lots of success story, and it's never going to end. And
Sure.
those who are watching this video, if you are till this point of time, thank you very much for watching. And I'm sure you are very much inspired. And I wish you also get lots of transformation in your health, financial, and relationship. How you can do that? By working on your energy frequency and vibrations. So I would like to invite you to our upcoming sessions. Links are in the description. Be part of it, learn healing, heal yourself, heal your family, and see the magical transformation happen in all areas of your life. So I'm looking forward to see you live sometime soon. And thank you, Arun, very much for your valuable time and energy. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyanshi. Thank you.